Well, this is spring of 2015, and this is the second year I've come to Rock Springs, Texas to hunt wild turkeys with my primitive bow. Now, turkeys are by far the most difficult animal to get close to because of their incredible eyesight. They spot any movement and they're gone. Even still, the last 2 years I've been here, I've gotten 2 shots at turkeys, and even though I haven't connected, I've gotten damn close. How do I do it? Well, it's by making and hunting out of brush blinds like the one behind me that I bet you didn't even see. The location for your blind must be chosen carefully. Scout numerous locations until you find a spot where animals frequent. Try to take advantage of trees, brush, or blowdowns whenever possible, as this makes it more difficult for animals to spot the blind once it's built. Well, I found a good spot back here underneath this live oak tree. I like it because we've got a lot of cover over the top of us. We've also got some natural cedars on either side of us that'll help conceal us. But even still, this can't be used just as is. It's going to need some modification. So I'm going to go ahead and work on building a brush blind right back in here underneath this tree, and I'll show you how I do it. Now, to build these blinds, you're going to need a few things. First off is a camp saw folding, a good sharp sturdy folding saw, also a pair of pruning shears, and some twine to hold your blind together. If you're going to use twine, I prefer to use something that's weatherproof so that it'll last for many years, and also a good pair of work gloves. So let's get started. Cut sturdy branches to construct a basic framework for the blind. Spend the time to build the blind correctly and it will be usable for years. So we've got the basic structure of our blind completed and it looks good. Putting these things up at first, they can seem kind of rickety, but as you add supports, they'll begin to get more and more rigid and solid. Now, the one thing I want to explain to you is this portion right here. This is the front area where I'm going to be sitting and viewing out of. We've got bars up here, supports, but we also have another one right here. This is important. This is going to be the shooting window that I'm actually going to shoot out of. Now, I'm going to be sitting in a stool, so the stool is probably going to keep me about that height. And this you want about chin, maybe upper chest level. And that's important because you want to have enough concealment that that animal can't see you, but you need to have enough visibility that you can see and shoot out of and you don't have anything in your way. I suggest if you guys make these blinds, you set them up and you have a stool to sit on, because a stool will make you more comfortable, obviously. And the more comfortable you are, the longer you can sit and the less you'll be fidgeting and moving. So our blind structure is good so far. I'm going to do a little bit of lashing in the corners just to give it a little more support, and then we're going to start brushing this thing in.
Evergreens like this small juniper tree are ideal for brushing in your blind. The needles don't wilt and they stay on the branches much longer, requiring less maintenance over time. Good brush blinds require a lot of brush to make them effective, so collect much more than you think you'll need, because you will use it all.
So I've got some brush cut, but one thing I don't want to do is just throw it on the ground in a big pile, because all I'm doing is hiding the ground and not me. I've stuck some sticks here in the ground, and so I've got some uprights so I can weave this brush into that, and it'll give me better concealment and will also last longer. Now we've got the front of the blind done and it looks great. This is the kind of blind you've got to build if you want to get within feet of a wild turkey and not be detected. But now we've just got a wall here. I'm going to go inside of the blind and actually cut my shooting and viewing holes. What I tend to like to do is have two shooting holes, one to the left and one to the right, and then have two viewing ports to the left and right of those shooting holes so I can see any animals approaching. So we're going to get in the blind and do that. Okay, so I want two shooting holes probably right in here, and then two viewing holes to either side. Now I prefer, when I'm doing this, if I can, I like to tuck the vegetation up and not actually trim it, if possible. That way I just have more concealment around those holes. Also, if you see anything like this hanging down, prune it out of the way. You want a clear shooting port for you to shoot through. You don't want anything to catch your arrow or mess you up. Another thing you also want to do is on the inside of these blinds, any branches that are coming into the blind, you want to trim them off flat and even. I can't tell you how many times I've been in blinds and had those sticks coming in and have them catch my arrow or catch my bow. So arrows, branches like this one, I want to tuck them outside. I want to have a nice, smooth interior wall. So now I've got my two shooting holes cut. I've got a little bit of thin area over in here where I can view outside. I will go ahead and finish up rebrushing this later, but I just want to give you a basic idea of making these brush blinds. This is one wall. This is the front, the shooting area. You're also going to have to do this to both sides and the back as well. Making these blinds takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and requires a lot of materials. but they are unmatched in their concealment factor. The fact that you're using natural vegetation from the area where the turkeys live, they will go undetected, and you will get that close range shot at that turkey that you've always been trying to get. So good luck with that. Keep at it, build your blinds thick and strong, and I wish you the best of luck.
Come on, you didn't think I was going to end this video and not show you how effective these blinds really are, did you? It's time to go hunting. At first glance, it appears I made a bad shot, but watch again in slow motion. The moment I shoot, note where the turkey's head is. Here's a red dot for reference. The arrow hit exactly where it was supposed to, only the turkey dodged at the last second. Even though I didn't bag a bird, getting a shot at a wild turkey with a primitive bow and self-filming the entire thing is incredibly difficult. I consider this hunt a success.